developing story for you right now. President Biden is reassuring Americans following the second largest banking failure in U.S. history. He addressed the nation this morning after two banks collapsed in the matter of days. CBS News' Jessica Moore is in the newsroom with the latest on why the president says Americans should rest easy. Jessica?
Well, Chris, the federal government is trying to limit the fallout from Friday's collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and the subsequent collapse of Signature Bank. Many of their customers were startups and small businesses panicking to figure out how to pay their employees after all their money seemed to vanish overnight.
Americans can have confidence that the banking system is safe.
President Biden assuring the American public this morning that customers of the failed Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank will be protected. Many tech companies like Roblox, Etsy, and Roku were immediately impacted, with thousands of other tech startups and small businesses fearing devastating losses.
Your deposits will be there when you need them. Small businesses across the country, the deposit accounts at these banks can breathe easier knowing they'll be able to pay their workers and pay their bills. And their hardworking employees can breathe easier as well.
Hours after SVB and Signature Bank collapsed, the FDIC, the government agency that regulates the nation's banks, took control of all assets.
All customers who had deposits in these banks can rest assured. I want to rest assured they'll be protected and they'll have access to their money as of today. That includes small businesses across the country that bank there and need to make payroll, pay their bills, and stay open for business.
The FDIC will insure up to $250,000 per customer. The U.S. Treasury and Fed will backstop the rest, with many companies having millions of dollars in the banks. The president making clear this is not a taxpayer-funded bailout, and not everyone who bet on those banks will be covered.
The management of these banks will be fired. Investors in the banks will not be protected. They knowingly took a risk, and when the risk didn't pay off, investors lose their money. That's how capitalism works.
Regulators are now scrambling to find out what went wrong. The president said he will urge Congress to pass stricter laws for banks, similar to Dodd-Frank, which the Obama administration rolled out. Many of those regulations were reversed under President Trump. In the newsroom, Jessica Moore, CBS 2 News.
Jessica, thank you. Let's take a look at how the banking crisis is impacting the stock market today. At this hour, the Dow right now is currently up 183 points. The S&P, whatnot, we will be keeping an eye on all these numbers, including the NASDAQ, throughout the day and have much more beginning today at 5 o'clock. You keep up stocks on our website at cbsnewyork.com. We also have a section answering questions about the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. But as you can see, the Dow right now at this hour up just over 182.